Hello students, welcome to my English class for class 9. Last time we started a new lesson called Mauritius, isn't it? Did you all enjoy the scenery and the beautiful landscape of that wonderful island country called Mauritius? So now we will go on to the second part. Okay, it is written by Mr. R.K. Lakshman. So we saw a little bit of information about R.K. Lakshman. He is also the brother of another great writer called R.K. Narayan. Now we will continue with the lesson. However, the Battle of 1810 ended all that in favor of the English. The French surrendered and handed over the island after extracting a favor from the conquerors that the French influence on the island be left intact. The English kept their word on the last day of their rule, which ended in 1968, and so we still have very musical but unpronounceable names like Toro Beaches, Beaubassin, Quarterbone, Kirpipe, Rospel, and so on. So these are all not English words but are French words. So the French, last class we saw the three buccaneers, right? The pirates. So who are they? The Dutch, the French, and the English, the British. So like how they colonized India, the same way they colonized Mauritius also, and they fought among themselves. So in the end the British got power over Mauritius. So after they defeated the French, so the French asked them to maintain that Frenchness about the country. So the English agreed. So until the British gave back their power to the people of Mauritius in 1968, they maintained the French culture and heritage in Mauritius. So even the names are still intact. They have not been changed back to English names. So many of the places are still bearing the French names, like a few names here which are very difficult to pronounce for me also. The people are extremely relaxed and warm towards strangers. In the streets, in the bazaar, in restaurants, it is common to be greeted and smiled at as if you were a long lost friend. Coming from Bombay with my precast grim expression of a city dweller, I react awkwardly at first to such spontaneity and feel ashamed that I am not even able to produce a matching smile. So he's R.K. Lakshman is telling, there he could see at restaurants, on the streets, in bazaars or in the markets, anywhere he meets people, they are laughing, they are smiling at him. They smile at strangers as if they are their old friends. They greet each other with a beautiful smile. But for R.K. Lakshman, who comes from Bombay, where everybody is very serious, they are to themselves. So for him, who comes from such a place, it was very difficult for him to just spontaneously smile at the strangers in Mauritius. So he found it little awkward that the other person is smiling and R.K. Lakshman is not even smiling willingly. So he is hesitating because of his nature. Okay, see, everywhere it is so beautiful. Look at the streets, they are so colorful and so decorative. The same atmosphere of friendliness prevails even in Port Louis. Port Louis is the capital city of Mauritius, the seat of government. The cabinet ministers and others in high positions do not act as if they were born to the grace. They are just like ordinary people one bumps into in an airport lounge or in a hotel lobby. So even the ministers, they are so friendly, they are not at all proud that they are holding high positions in the government. Okay, they are so friendly and they are so down to earth. Okay, they are unassuming, accessible, communicative, and above all, go about without a protective shield of hangers on and security meant to repel casual approaches. I am shown a modest looking flat in a busy street lined with shops and crawling traffic. It is a residence of the Prime Minister of Mauritius. Port Louis brings to my mind Joseph Conrad and Morgan. This little port town seems as if it were built at the suggestion of these writers to suit their novels and short stories. He's telling even the president, the prime minister of Mauritius has his house in some very simple locality. Okay, it doesn't even look like it is the prime minister's house. It is so simple, and even the biggest politicians there don't have so many security guards around them, and they don't create so much havoc when they go from one place to another. They are so simple, they just walk on the streets like common people. So he's telling Port Louis brings to my mind, see, these Joseph Conrad and Somerset Maugham, these two are writers. So what these two writers do is they describe this the city or village or country, wherever, whichever story they are writing about, wherever that story is set, they will give beautiful description about that place. So this Port Louis doesn't even look like a real place. It looks as if these writers have told someone to create one imaginary city. It is like so beautiful. Okay. Merchant ships, trawlers, dinghies stand anchored in the harbour with cobwebs of ropes and festoons of flags hanging from their masts. Grimy sailors and dock hands in seamen's caps lounge on oil drums and packing cases or lean against bleak warehouse walls smoking pipes. See, this is not in the present Mauritius. This was long back. Okay, so at that time, now all the harbors and all, they are automated. Huge cranes are used to unload goods and load goods, but in those days everything was done by laborers, seamen, and all these people. They're looking so dirty. Their bodies, it is like full of oil. Lounge on oil drums. They are just sitting on oil drums. Their body is very dirty. They are sitting there enjoying, relaxing, and smoking pipes. So now in the present day it looks very different. So this is the picture he gives about the harbour. Next he gives the picture of the greenery. Sugarcane fields like a carpet of green cover the island on all sides, as far as the eye can see, up to the foot of the distant blue mountains that ring the island, a volcanic happening of geological ages. So many of the mountains in Mauritius are formed because of volcanoes. Okay, so he's telling, see the sugarcane fields here, can you see, they are so beautiful. They look like a carpet of green, and even the beaches, they are so beautiful. It is like blue mountain. In the distant it looks like a blue mountain, and that mountain is because of the volcano. Okay, it is a very beautiful island. These mountains do not have the traditional monotonous pyramidal shapes. Their outlines are freakish and whimsical, with unexpected sweeps of perpendicular drops and pinpointed peaks, precariously doing a balancing act with boulders as big as a skyscraper. There is no railway in Mauritius. Well-maintained trunk and arterial roads connect various villages and towns, cutting through the ubiquitous sugarcane fields. So wherever you see, you can see only mostly sugarcane fields. See here, you can see the mountains. It looks as if the mountains are, see, this is a boulder. Boulder means a huge rock, it looks as if the mountain is doing some balancing act. Okay, and it is holding a boulder very dangerously. Anything can happen. So it is holding like a balancing act, and that boulder or huge rock is as big as a skyscraper. Skyscraper means any tall building which are usually seen in the cities. Okay, so huge boulders are just balancing there, trying to hold on. It looks like that, and they are not like a, most of the mountains are not like pyramidal shape. Have you seen mountains like exactly like a like a pyramid? Okay, they are not like that. These mountains are of different shapes, and even roads are very well maintained. Although the whole country is only 64 kilometers by 50 kilometers in size, driving around the island for sightseeing makes me feel curiously that I am in a place as sprawling as India. So even though it is a very small island, we saw in the previous class in the Google map, it's just like one small dot in the ocean, but still it looks sprawling, means spreading over a very large space, as large as India. It looks like as if it is as large as India, because the site is, it is so beautiful. But the excellent weather and breathtaking landscapes all round make up for many hours spent just sitting inside a car. So they are traveling by a car for sightseeing. It is very common for people to drive up and down an average 70 kilometers to a cocktail party or dinner with friends. So just to attend a dinner party or cocktail party, they don't mind even traveling 70 kilometers up and down. So they don't mind traveling any distance just to have some fun. So look at this landscape, so breathtaking. So these are sugarcane fields again. Okay, see, it is so beautiful. So here we come to the end of part 2. Okay, so the remaining part we will continue in part 3. Have a great day. Bye bye.